a little more on the mic like that. So now we're talking to Brett Clark, who is a bass fisherman here at ETBU. So tell us where you're from and what you're majoring in.
I'm from Center, Texas, and my major is business admin.
And what is your ETBU story? How did you get here to ETBU?
How I got here is Mr. Brian Thomas. I fished the SETX high school fishing when I was in high school, and I met Mr. Brian, and I did really well in the high school fishing deal, and he talked to me one day after a tournament, and he said, "Well, would you like to come to ETBU?" So I come and visited, met Coach Cameron Berger, and it kind of went on from there.
One thing led to another, and you came to ETBU.
That's right.
So how exciting is it to compete on a skeeter boat that looks pretty nice?
Oh, it is. I think the whole team thanks them a lot for, what they have done for giving us, or not giving us the boat, but for providing the boat for us. It's incredible. So,
what is the biggest fish you ever caught, and how did you do it?
My biggest fish I caught was 824. It was in a high school tournament championship on day one. I was throwing a little crankbait on the edge of some bushes.
That's it?
That's it.
How big was it?
It was 824.
How long was it?
I don't know how long it was. Long enough,
Well, you always hear those stories. They kind of exaggerate each year. It keeps getting bigger.
Every story, it gets bigger.
So what is your strategy when you go out onto a lake for the competition?
My strategy, I like to get a little help from somebody, that is from the area or has fished before. And then I take that into I can't think of the word, but I take that into advantage and look at the water clarity, look what I like to do when I get to a lake, and then do what I'm good at, and then apply that to catching fish.
So what has been your favorite meet this year that you're going to fish in?
Ouachita River in Louisiana.
Is that now, are you one of the qualifiers?
Yes, sir.
Is that where you qualified at?
Yes, sir. That's where I qualified.
How cool was that to be able to do that in your first year?
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. Me and Jacob are really blessed for the fish that we caught, and I'm excited.
So now you get to go, is it Wheeler Lake?
Yes, sir. Wheeler Lake in Alabama.
And you get to go in May for that.
May 31st, yes, sir.
How do you feel about that, being to go compete against some of the best in the nation?
I'm a little nervous. I have to say I'm a little nervous, but I'm also excited. If the chips fall our way, it does, and if they don't, well, we got next year.
When you get out there on the lake, sometimes is it just like the luck of where you land to get the biggest fish?
Well, luck does have a little bit to do with bass fishing. You got to be lucky that the fish are biting. You got to be lucky that you find the fish. There is a little luck to it, but there's also some stuff that we can do to help us catch fish.
So this is your first year at ETBU,
yes, sir.
And then where are you from again?
Center,
Texas. Okay. So business administration,
yes,
is that
sir.
right? What's something that you've liked in your first semester about ETBU being here?
The classes are great. The class size, it's awesome. I've seen pictures of, big classrooms at big universities, and I wouldn't want that because there's no one-on-one with your professor, and I think it's awesome.
So give us one Coach Berger story from this season.
Coach Berger story.
There's probably a lot in there.
I'm trying to think of one. The one time he got mad at us, it was 10 o'clock at night, and he was in bed as usual. And
is he go to bed early?
He does. He's an early bird. And so we had this orange cone, and we drilled holes in it, and we put it on the front of his truck like a unicorn. Okay. And so he decided he was going to come out to check on us. Okay. When he come out to check on us, he was like, "What did y'all do to my truck? Take that off right now." And I was really surprised how mad he got about it, because I thought it was hilarious. And
you don't mess with somebody's truck.
I guess not. We didn't hurt it.
So now we're going to do the list with Ledyard. I'm going to give you a list of things, and you tell me what comes to your mind. So your favorite color,
Blue.
favorite shoe,
Ariat boots.
favorite movie,
Ooh. Young Guns.
do you watch college football?
Yes, I do.
Favorite college football team,
Texas A&M.
mustard or ketchup,
Mustard.
favorite professional angler,
Jared Swindle.
hot dog or hamburger,
Hamburger.
your favorite rod,
My favorite.
like fishing rod,
Oh, my favorite rod, TFO rods.
favorite lure,
V&M Pacemaker.
your favorite fish to catch.
Bass.
Of course. Your favorite food,
Steak.
favorite athlete,
Craig BGO when he was in his prime.
now Cowboys fan at all,
Cowboys fan.
Romo or Prescott?
Prescott, all the way.
You're jumping on the train, huh?
Oh, for sure.
All right, this has been Brett Clark from Center, Texas. Thanks for talking today.
Thank you.
And we'll bring in Jacob Keith next. Can you follow up, Brett?
Yes, sir.
Can you top what Brett talked about?
Oh, yeah, I can top it.
So, Jacob, where are you from? Give us your major.
I'm from Jefferson, Texas. I'm a business management major, and I plan on taking over Keith AC after I graduate.
All right, so you're a local boy here at
Yes, sir.
ETBU. What is your ETBU story? How did you get here to ETBU?
Well, Dr. Blackburn, he contacted me one night after a baseball game, and he told me he would like to have me on the team if I wanted to, and he had saw that I had had some success in high school fishing, and I told him, yes, sure thing.
So, how exciting is it to be a part of this team on Skeeter boats?
Oh, man, it's awesome. Without these Skeeter boats, we wouldn't be able to get to half of these tournaments, you know, like places that we fish and stuff. If it wasn't for those Skeeter boats, we wouldn't be making it.
Does it make a difference having a really great boat out on the lake or a river?
Oh, yes, definitely. I mean, live wells play a huge factor. If you don't have a good live well, your fish will die and probably lose the tournament.
So what's the advantage? Is it quicker to have a quicker boat out there, or is it get in and out of places, or is there things with the boat that helps with you guys?
Well, it's a little bit of both. You know, having a fast boat helps you beat everybody there. When me and Brett take off at a tournament, we pass 5 or 6 boats before we get to our spot. And it's also having a boat that'll run shallow and stuff. If you've got one that'll run shallower than everybody's, you can get farther back, maybe get over a sandbar to a creek or something. So it plays a huge factor.
What is the biggest fish you've ever caught, and how did you do it?
Well, it was actually this past summer. Me and my boy Brett, we were out on a spot on Lake of the Pines. We fished a tournament that day, and we pulled up to a spot and had about 15 minutes left, and I set the hook on one with a Carolina rig, and it was $9.79, and we won the tournament with it that day.
Wow. Now, when you guys win the tournament with the fish, do you get to keep them? Do you have to throw them back in? How does that all work?
Well, they'll let you do whatever you want with them. We always throw them back just because we don't really want to keep them.
So, same thing I asked Brett. What is your strategy when you go out onto a new lake for competition?
Well, first of all, I'm kind of like Brett. We contact as many people as we know. He's got connections. I've got connections. We'll talk to them, watch videos on YouTube. We'll go to the lake, and I like to fish shallow, so we'll go hit some of my spots first that I want to hit, and we'll look at his stuff that he wants to hit, and then we just kind of go from there, and then I try to aggravate him as we're fishing that day and just see how far I can make it.
So, at a tournament, you guys are kind of all over a lake, then you don't stay in one spot.
Yes, sir. We're all over.
So, and you kind of, do you like on the practice day go out and kind of find some spots first?
Yes.
Or do you kind of like the day of kind of also guesstimate a little bit?
Well, when we go out and practice that day, I mean, we're wide open all the time from point A to point B, just everywhere you go, just fish as many as you can.
So this year, what has been your favorite meet to be a part of?
Probably the Washita River. When we got on those fish, man, me and Brett were both just pumped.
And that's the one, you're also a qualifier
Yes, sir.
for the FLW. So first year here, freshman at ETBU, setting a new standard. what are your emotions when you think about I get to go fish with the best in the nation in May?
It's very exciting. I mean, it's going to be fun, and it's also going to be tough. I mean, we're going to have to really show out and put our name out there.
So when you guys travel, I asked Coach Berger this. When you guys are out there on the road with the boats, stopping, eating together, how much fun do you guys have?
Oh, it's a blast. I mean, this is definitely something that we're all going to remember for the rest of our life.
And you got another 3 years of this after this.
Yes, sir.
So give us one good Coach Berger story. Do you have another one besides the cone?
Oh, yeah. All right, Bull Shoals about a month ago. We're sitting out there, and before we got to this tournament, he stops and gets everybody a walkie-talkie on the way to the tournament, which when he bought them, I told him it was a bad idea. We get the walkie-talkie, we're all talking and everything, and I think he finally turned his off on the road up there. But the day after our practice, we're sitting out at the boats, and he goes to bed, and we're all out there. Well, one boy off the team, Jared Penton, he went up into Cameron's room and hid a walkie-talkie and turned it on loud. And these walkie-talkies have a call button on them that is just, I mean, it's loud now, and in the most annoying sound. He goes to bed, we wait about 10 minutes, and we hit that call button. He comes out of that room. Woo, he's hot.
They have a lot of fun with you, Cam, don't they?
Yeah.
Needless to say, they love their coach. So we're going to do the list with Ledyard now. See quick answers and see what you come up with. So favorite color?
Watermelon red.
Watermelon.
It's a bait.
That's a new one. I never heard of that one. Favorite shoe?
Nike.
Favorite movie?
8 seconds.
Favorite college football team?
A&M.
Mustard ketchup?
Ketchup.
Favorite professional angler?
KVD.
Hot dog or hamburger?
Hot dog.
Your favorite like fishing rod?
TFO.
Your favorite lure?
V&M pacemaker.
Favorite fish to catch?
Bass.
Your favorite food?
Anything fried.
Favorite athlete?
Man, I don't even know.
That's all right.
Prescott.
Then that's the next question. Romer or Prescott?
Prescott.
Cowboys then, correct?
Yep.
Super Bowl year?
No.
No. They're just exciting to watch right now. All right, well, this has been Jacob Keith. Thanks for talking to us.
Sir.
And I don't